Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that everyone around you can hear your thoughts. Every single thought. At first, you might think it's amazing, but then you realize something terrifying. There are no private thoughts anymore. Your thoughts about your friends, your fears, your embarrassing memories, even your private opinions could suddenly become public. The first day would probably be chaos. Millions of people would suddenly hear things they were never supposed to know. Friendships would change overnight. Imagine discovering what your best friend really thinks about you. Relationships could become even more complicated. You'd never have to wonder what someone really feels, but you might not like the answer. One huge change would be obvious. Lying would become incredibly difficult. Your real intentions would be exposed instantly. Politics could completely change. Imagine knowing what leaders really think before they make important decisions. Business would change too. Negotiations, strategies, and secret plans would become much harder to hide. Crime could become easier to investigate. Detectives might know what suspects are thinking. But that creates a whole new problem. Because if everyone can read your mind, privacy would become one of the most valuable things on Earth. Governments would immediately face a massive question. Should mind reading be regulated, controlled, or even banned? And what if you could choose whether people could hear your thoughts? Suddenly, controlling access to your mind becomes a superpower. Knowing the truth wouldn't always make life better. Sometimes ignorance protects relationships, feelings, and even peace of mind. Here's the uncomfortable part. Humans have random thoughts all the time. A thought doesn't necessarily mean you believe it or want it. Imagine walking through a crowded city and hearing thousands of minds at once. The mental noise could become unbearable. Suddenly, silence wouldn't just mean quiet surroundings. It would mean finding a place where nobody could reach your mind. But there's another possibility. If you could truly understand what others feel, people might become more empathetic. You might finally understand why someone is angry, why someone is hurting, or why someone desperately needs help. Maybe society would become more honest. Manipulation could become harder, and understanding could become much easier. But would knowing everything actually make us happier? Or would some secrets be necessary for a peaceful life? Maybe the biggest question isn't whether mind reading would change the world. It's whether humans are ready for that much truth. Because sometimes a thought is just a thought. And maybe having a private space inside your own mind is part of being human. If everyone could read your mind tomorrow, would you see it as the greatest superpower ever, or the worst nightmare imaginable? Maybe the greatest freedom isn't being able to read every mind. Maybe it's having one place in the world that belongs only to you. This is MindSketch.